As a world-famous Scrabble player, I'm constantly stopped on the street for autographs and pictures by all my adoring fans. Just look at this little guy who wanted a picture with me. Obviously, I was happy to oblige. No, of course, that never happens, and that's not what's happening here at all. This is a picture of me and my good friend Mack Meller after the 2013 North American Championship. Both of us had just secured our first ever top 10 finishes. 4 years later, when I was lucky enough to win, Mack finished second ahead of Nigel Richards. If you squint really closely, you can see the subtle change in Mack's height and appearance. That's because Mack was just 13 years old in this picture. Not only was he the youngest player ever to record such a high finish at the Nationals, but he was also the youngest player in Scrabble history to reach all of the highest rating milestones and the GM title. He also held the #1 ranking in North America for approximately 3 years. More recently, he's posting a steady stream of great Scrabble videos over at his own YouTube channel, which I definitely recommend following. He combines absolutely incredible word knowledge and board vision with top-notch strategy and endgame skills. In this video, I'm going to show you some of Mack's craziest finds from his tournament career and then show you a mind-blowing endgame he played to steal a win from the jaws of defeat. We'll start off with this position where many players would focus on the R hook to jape forming japer. Somehow, Mack comes up with caretaker through AR on the board, his only playable bingo. Very few experts know the entire set of 7 and 8 letter words. Fewer still have Mack's level of command of the 9-letter words. For example, in this position, most players would play bun, shedding the U, undoubling the ends, and setting up another S hook. Instead, Mack spots the crazy bingo of Newstonic, immediately seizing control of this game. Here, Mack has one playable 7-letter bingo of Manchette, as well as one playable 8-letter bingo of Trackmen for many more points. Trackmen exposes a very dangerous triple word score to his opponent, and despite holding a blank tile, he manages to spot his only 9-letter bingo here of Selectmen. It scores 3 fewer points than Trackmen, but is significantly better defensively. Very, very few players would be able to make this move. Here, Mack has the obscure 8-letter bingo of Serosity, which he sees, but that places an S in the triple lane, which will often be dangerous. There are no other 7 or 8-letter bingos available here, so many players would simply cross their fingers, play Serosity, and hope for the best. Instead, Mack spots ossifrage, a type of vulture, to avoid opening a triple word score. Next, in this position, Mack has a variety of 7 and 8-letter bingos like Coleist, but he spots his highest scoring option of Pastorale for 80 points. Again, these are plays that very, very few players would ever see. In this game, Mack holds a narrow lead and has no 7 or 8-letter bingos available with these low point tiles. There is one stunning move available here, and of course, he spots it. Train load to the AD already on the board for 83 points. Gorgeous play. Here is a similar situation to last game with only mediocre scoring options available for Mack's duplicated I's and B. But he manages to spot the insane trilobite through the L and T already on the board. Playing a 9-letter word is difficult enough, but playing one through disconnected tiles is incredibly rare and impressive. Lastly, in this situation, 99.9% of top expert players would play aft here, scoring well and retaining the blank. But there is one playable bingo here, and as he so often does, Mack finds it. The mind-blowing After Pain, a disconnected 9 with a blank for 76 points. Mack is elite at much more than just word finding. In this endgame from the 2023 NASC against fellow top expert Joey Kravchik, Mack's ability to process complex positions was on full display. He's down by 88 points with 2 tiles left in the bag and a blank still unseen. On his rack is the playable 7-letter bingo Wussier, which plays in only one spot, scoring 79 points. That would erase most of his deficit, but after Mack calculates the resulting endgames, he determines that if Joey has an M, he'll be able to overlap Wussier to the triple or play through the eye of tilde, scoring more than enough to hold on to his lead. And if both M's are somehow still in the bag, Joey will still have Arioso hooking spec for enough points to outrun him. With bingoing out of the question, playing just one tile is a logical next step. Because the WU combination is so poor, Mack starts by evaluating his best locations to play just the W and just the U. After more calculations, he discovers the problem with these options is that they don't score enough to outrun underlaps beneath a tone like Aimer if Joey has even one M, or again Arioso if both M's are still in the bag. So playing one tile doesn't look good, but if he plays any more than two tiles, he'll give up his chance of bingoing out. So he'll have to try and find a two-tile play that can somehow win him this game. His highest scoring two-tile play here is Wise for 25. Drawing M blank after this play looks extremely promising, giving him a chance at the heavy-hitting Surmise hooking spec, but Mack goes one step deeper to see that if he draws this combination, Joey will necessarily have the other 7 unseen letters, and he'll be able to block Surmise with Moral for 20. It looks scary to open a triple-triple lane, but Mack quickly determines that there won't be any triple-triples for him to play through that open M, and playing Mussier under a tone will lead to a narrow loss. Other draws like E blank allow Joey to bingo out with mailroom before Mack even gets a chance to play his own bingo, and Joey will continue to outrun many of Mack's eventual bingos with plays like Aimer and Mimer. Realizing that the scoring spot underneath a tone is making things more difficult, Mack comes up with a brilliant idea. Just whiz for 17. This blocks Joey's best scoring spot, and drawing M blank will still threaten Surmise. By keeping the E on his rack instead of using it with Wise, Joey's blocking plays that previously worked will now yield triple-triples like premiums. In this situation, there is no way for Joey to both block Surmise and score enough points to outrun Rummies for 80. So, what ends up happening? Mack plays the brilliant whiz, passing up his bingo and several other logical options after thoroughly calculating each. He's hoping to draw M blank from the bag, and that's exactly what he picks. Joey makes a nice block of Meal, forcing Mack to see Surmise if he wants to win, but he's already worked everything out and plays it to win by 5. Whiz appears to be the only play that gives Mack a non-zero winning chance. Mack explains this endgame in even more detail on his own channel, where you'll find a wealth of other great Scrabble content, including matches against the strongest Scrabble AI programs, tales of the funniest phony words from tournament play, and many unique Scrabble variants. I strongly recommend his channel for anyone looking for more great Scrabble content. And I'll sweeten the deal. If we can get his channel to 3,000 subscribers, I will make a bonus video breakdown of one of Mack's most epic games. So head on over, click that sub button, enjoy some more great Scrabble content, and as always, thanks for watching.